All right, I've been chugging right along on my days off here and a little bit before work. That's about the stance that I'm going to put it at. As far as wheels and tires go, I was looking on eBay and to buy a set of wheels. The closest ones I could find that look like they might work were the Pinto wheels, which is what those are. And so we're looking at about 14 bucks for the wheels and tires shipped. And then also, I've been kind of wanting to get this Coke machine for a while for the rod shop. And so that was like 12 bucks shipped. So I went walking around Walmart and found out that they do still have models. And they had this. So there's my wheels. There's my Coke machine. And a few other little accessories, gauges. Yeah. So that got me the wheels and tires. Scale wise, I'm gonna say they're 14-inch. And the tires are tall, but they are definitely smaller than your average model wheel. And like I said, that's about where I want it to sit. I had to do a bunch of work to make the track narrow enough to fit. So even though I narrowed the chassis, I still had to narrow the axle, and I still have to fill these holes, but that's where the springs used to sit. So you can see how far I narrowed it. And of course, on a real car, you'd never have a leaf spring going over the gas tank like that, but who cares? I think if I remember correctly, the gas tanks on these cars are in the trunk anyway, between the back seat and the trunk. This is a curbside model, so it's not gonna have an engine. I need to go in here and paint, you know, behind the wheels black. I had to cut the back side of the wheels down a little bit, and these are uncut. And this doesn't need to roll. I'm getting out of that, especially after having a bunch of them roll off shelves. I was thinking about the headliner. And I think what I'm going to do, because using the acrylics, you can't get but like one coat on there, and then the second coat starts to bring the first coat up. I think what I'll do is once the windows are done, everything's in, I'll get some cheap white masking tape and mask off everything that the headliners would be. Basically make a headliner out of masking tape and then paint it white. And I think that'll do a pretty good job of hiding all this and covering up where the windows were glued, that kind of thing. The chrome is the very last thing I'll do on this car. So there's that. There you go, tail dragger. Now the interior. I painted it white and it looked too white. And I swear that my car had white interior. But everything I'm seeing online shows black with a white headlight. So I painted it white and I didn't like that. So I went back and I had a can of this semi-gloss or satin gray, which is a really close match for what is on my wrecker. So I went ahead and painted it gray, and I don't like it that much, but at the same time, it's not bright, bright white. So then I went through, like I painted the carpet, or touched up the dash a little bit, painted the gauges, stuff like that, painted the steering wheel column. Then I used the brush, dipped it in water, and basically painted the interior. You're not gonna be able to see any of this, so I'm not worried about it. But for some odd reason, all this paint was beading up on this paint. It was really weird. So I did that, and I took a paper towel, and of course it soaked up a lot of the black, and I just kept rubbing it into the seats to kind of get the detail to come out. And I don't know how successful it was, but there it is. And I was going to go through and buy gauges and knobs and a radio and all that stuff. And I was like, you know, when this thing's assembled with the windows in it, you're barely going to be able to see any of that stuff. So the detail doesn't have to be perfect. And I used a Sharpie to paint all the detail on the dash, but I'll show you here what it's going to look like assembled, maybe even with the window. Hold on. Oh, the window's kind of dirty, but see, that kind of gives you an idea. You're barely going to be able to see anything in there with the window in. So I'm not going to spend hours and hours of time trying to get the detail just right. But I'm not going to worry about putting an engine in it, you know, or the bottom half of the engine, because like I said, it's a curbside. It's going to sit somewhere and be displayed on a road or in a parking lot or at a gas pump or something, or just sit on my shelf. But we're getting closer. The next step to do, I need to mask off and paint the detail, the black around the windows, the front and back window, I think. And then make the windows, make the headliner, you know, paint it, and then mask off the windows and paint the chrome. And so since this is a deluxe, at least the ones in America, it'll have a strip of chrome along the top of the doors going up to the corner of the window. The rain gutter, if this even has one, is chrome. That's chrome. Doorknob's chrome. It's got a strip of chrome on the rocker. Chrome around the windshield, chrome around the back window. The little chrome deal above the garnish above the license plate. Chrome around the taillights, chrome bumpers, chrome grill. Most of the grill is actually chrome. And these little guys here are actually painted kind of a gunmetal or charcoal gray. And the doorknobs will be chrome. And then it'll be done. You get put in a box somewhere until everything gets unpacked. And then I'll do that. But yeah, we're getting closer. Okay. So I have been doing a few things. Right now, I went ahead and got the chrome strip painted. It's not going to be possible to do when the windows are in. Same thing with the black paint for the window seals. There should be a chrome insert on those, but I'm not sure that I'd be able to pull it off. I might try though. I went ahead and put a dab of chrome there and a dab of chrome on the door handles. The rest of it will get done when it's all done. I got all the windows cut out. I just need to glue them in. That'll be next. And the wheels have been kind of bugging me. So I robbed the wheels off of this M2 510, and I robbed the brake rotors and calipers off the rear, and they were all black. They kind of like Panasports or Mini Lights. So I painted them with my Molotow pen, chrome, painted the spokes gold, and I went ahead and put the rotors, calipers, painted the calipers red. I painted the rotors chrome because they were silver, not really realistic. I went ahead, I used a little flat washer, painted it red to make the brake drums. This side's more realistic, I think. And I like the look of this a lot better. Let me show you. And there we go. I really like the way it's looking with these wheels rather than the other one. They don't look too flashy, too sporty. They're not real fat. There are lug nuts on them, but they're really hard to see. So Yep. And then I'll just go ahead and I'll put some different wheels on that, because that's actually got big enough wheel wells that a regular sized model tire will fit. So next it's going to put the windows in. I do want to try to get the chrome around the very edge of the window gaskets. So maybe I'll try that and then put the windows in. We'll see. Well, here it is. I still need to make some headlight lenses for it. And I need to paint the taillights. But it's basically done. I have another one that's going to be started soon. I need to go pick it up at the post office. So I'm calling it done. There's just those couple little things to finish up. It's going to go into a box and get put away. On to the next one.